My name is James Marohn, and I'm a gunner's mate gunner, third class, that'd be an E4. I do remember toward the end, you start counting the days. Here we are, 29 in a wake up, 28 in a wake up, and we got down to a few weeks before we were leaving, getting ready to go home. And it was quiet, there was nothing going on, which is good. And the Vung Tau Air Base was maybe, I think, 40 miles away. And we had helicopters all over the place, but those of us on the boats never got to ride a helicopter. Vung Tau had actually sent out a helicopter pilot, and he was giving rides to people, just to go for a ride. Oh, this is cool. I was literally standing in line, for my turn to go for a ride in the helicopter when the Tet Offensive started. I mean, it was a case of something's going on, we don't know what it is yet, and I'm 3 weeks from going home. The helicopter, which I think is the time we found out, they called him off and told him to get out of there. And we just continued to run our patrols, but I'll tell you, for the last 3 weeks, I think I went on patrol for 24 hours and never came out of the bunker, because there was no way in hell I was going to die my last 3 weeks in country. And I remember the last day, we're counting down the days, and you got to be really close to some really good friends after a year. And I knew anytime my orders were going to be coming through. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I had my bags all packed, because I could have been that day, the next day, or the one after, you never knew. 4 o'clock in the morning, I came in, hey, get up. Your orders here, get you in the Vung Tau. And here I am, grabbing my sea bag, all the stuff that I had packed. Took a few minutes. I tried to wake up my buddies to say goodbye or something. This is early in the middle of the morning. Couldn't find 2 of them. Another one was still sleeping so hard I couldn't wake him up, so I ended up leaving and never had a chance to say goodbye to one person. And next thing I know, I'm back on another one of these C-100s and flying back to Benoit for a commercial ride home. And 24 hours later, I was sitting at the table having dinner with my family. It was crazy. It was like I'd never left. It was strange. It was like, oh, Jim, gee, it's good to have you home. But it's like another year had gone by. All I know is before I left, I had a bunch of hunting equipment and stuff that I had. It was all gone. My brother, I think he never thought I was coming home. He pretty much got rid of that. But most interesting experience was when I got out of Vietnam, I had about $2,500 in cash. Now back at that time, that was a buttload. And that was the day of the muscle cars. And they had, in a car dealership about 10 miles from my home, they had a 1967 Chevy Camaro convertible, bright red, black Nalgahide, 4-speed shifter. It was just a beautiful car, and I had cash for it. And I remember I looked at the car, and the salesman came out, and I was talking with him, we were walking around the car, and he says, so you want to take her out for a ride? I said, yeah. He jumps in the driver's seat. And he says, get in, we're driving around. He says, oh, what do you think? And I said, well, I'd kind of like to drive it. And he says, well, didn't you say you were 20 years old? And I said, yeah. He says, well, then you have to have your dad with you. And all I thought was, you son of a bitch. 12 and a half months in combat, and my daddy has to be with me to drive a car. I was so angry. I took the money, put it down on school, and took to learn computer programming back in 1968 when it was at its absolute infancy. Best move I ever made. But that guy, I'm sure, has no idea he had the biggest impact in my life, because I didn't have my daddy with me to drive a car.